Hi DECA members, I'm Sophia Parvatani, your VP of Competition, and this is our DECA competition slideshow for the 2020-21 school year.
And I'm Bella Verone, your VP of Hospitality. If you want to compete this year, you must be a paying member of DECA, and you must have an application filled out to Miss Irwin. If you don't have one, you can get one in her room or email her.
The competition dates this year are going to be a little bit earlier. These dates aren't final. Because it's going to be one of these days in the time frame that it gives you. Make sure to take a photo, screenshot it.
So the purpose of this meeting is just to tell you a little bit about our events. There are so many for you to choose from, and if you need help choosing, you can always come to one of the officers. We will help you pick the best event for you, whether it's a manual or a role play.
The exams, there are 5 different types of exams you can take for DECA.
So with DECA, there are 2 types of events, role plays and manuals. And with role plays, you can either go individual or with a partner. And they're all different kinds, but normally with role plays, you do have to take a test beforehand, and that was what we were talking about earlier with our testing, that you must pass a test with at least a 65, and if you're competing with a partner, you must composite your score with your partner. An average must be over a 65.
The other type of event is a written event and manual. The 2 most popular manuals are BORs, which are Business Operation Research Manuals, and Project Management Events. These other 3 are also used. Professional selling events, those you don't have to write a manual for. They're a written event.
So there are 2 types of role plays, series event, which is individual, and case study, which is partner. And the biggest difference between those is that a series event, you get 10 minutes of prep, and then a case study event, you get 30 minutes of prep. Also, if you do an individual, you have to go to regions and then qualify for state, whereas a team, you can go straight to state.
Things to know for role play events, make sure you study and wear your proper attire. DECA Direct gives really good examples on what to wear to DECA events. Confidence. If you don't believe in yourself, who's going to believe in you? You have to be confident in yourself, and that'll project, and the judges will see that. Give your best effort, and make sure you go through DECA.org and familiarize yourself with the performance indicators, which are listed next to your event. And make sure you just know your time limits and all of that. Vocab is really important to succeed. Make sure you pick a partner that you like, that you trust, because if you don't know how to do something, or if you forget your line during your role play, your partner can pick up your slack and respond back to the judge. Leave time for your judges to ask questions. You'll get 15 minutes to present, 10 minutes if you're individual. And so 10 to 5 is the ratio. So do your presentation in 10 minutes and leave 5 minutes for the judges to ask questions. And DECA posts example role plays and case studies on DECA.org for additional practice, and we will also provide you guys role plays in class. Okay, this is just a quick example of something you would get for an individual series event. So you get half an actual study, and these are where your performance indicators are going to be located.
So written events and manuals, your presentation will be 15 minutes, and you want to try to keep that 10 minutes presenting, 5 minutes for questions as a safe ratio. Manual lengths differ, so there are different events where, as in project management events, that can go up to 20 pages, but in other events there will be like a 10-page limit. Most of the time you're creating your own company based off a company that already exists. So just as an example, you could base your manual off of a company that already exists, and then not make up, but kind of improvise with data. You can work with a partner, and by work with a partner, that means you can also work with one other person or 2 other people, and you can pick a company and a topic you enjoy. Personally, I like manuals because I like to prepare beforehand, and you can start preparing whenever.
This is the professional selling that I was saying in the beginning. This is a written event you can do without a manual, so if you enjoy working alone and you don't have enough time for a manual and you like to prepare, this is a great option for you. So these are the DECA's 3 stages of competition: regional, state, and ICDC.
So regionals this year will take place on one day between November 19th and December 9th, and they are in various locations. Regionals this year is completely virtual, but at that competition you will compete in individual role plays, and depending on your role play you may qualify to go to state.
Some things to know for region testing competition this year due to COVID. Region competition is confirmed as virtual, and the testing dates will be through those days, just like Bella said. And so the biggest thing to know is that regions testing will be in November, and you must get a 65 to qualify for regions and state CDC. Region competitors who make it to state CDC, which is usually the top 6 at regionals, or if you get top 3 for Georgia only events, they will test again in January, so you have to test twice, which is averaged with your final score.
State CDC, while we don't know if it's virtual yet or not, there you can compete in all your written events and role play events, and there's also workshops to attend. And there you can also qualify for ICDC and get glass. This is our goal this year. We want as many people going to ICDC as possible.
Okay, just some state testing competition updates. The testing dates will be through December 14th to December 20th. And registration for state CDC, it needs to be before winter break, and we'll have forms for that. You cannot recycle the events you used last year, so if you did a manual last year, can't use it again. The manuals are due December 22nd, but Ms. Irwin will revise them and give them back to you before January 10th, which is the day she has to turn them in. State CDC winners' average test score should be around the 80 to 90 mark, or higher than 90 of course, to make it to ICDC. So we're going to concentrate a lot on state testing this year. Some manuals do have testing, for example, integrated marketing events. They will be weighted with the test score.
So ICDC this year is in Anaheim, California, which is Disneyland, and we want as many people going as we can. So while it's not confirmed yet, fingers crossed, it's in person. And to get here, you must qualify top 7 at state in your event.
Some websites to study with: DECA.org, Competition University, and we will provide you with a login for that, and DECA Direct, just to look for some updates this year.
So if you want to find some videos to help you out, these are some videos we strongly recommend. And if you want to find some on your own, try and find them from California, Texas, Ontario, and Colorado. These 4 places tend to do amazing at ICDC. Also, we will be having live Q&A sessions on Instagram before regionals and state to answer any last-minute questions and heads up some concerns.
And make sure you subscribe to AAI DECA, which you're probably watching this on, to get all the competition updates. So these are where you sign up for your competition events for region and state. This will be located in the description of the video. So this is how they're gonna look, and it'll tell you what the event is, how many people can participate in an event, whether it has a written exam or not, the prep time and presentation time.
Okay, and if you're interested in the event that you see, you can write your name here, and don't be fooled, multiple people can sign up for the same event. These docs will also be sent out through the Remind, so make sure to join that if you're not already on it. That description, that will be linked in the description, is also on our Instagram.
If you're planning on doing any finance events in the financial cluster, Personal Finance Club, which is headed up by Arnav Padiyar, our VP of Marketing, this is their Instagram, so follow that for their updates.
Thank you so much for tuning into this meeting. I know that's a lot of information we just kind of dumped on you, but if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to any of the officers or past competitors, or even Ms. Irwin.
Best way to reach out to us is to DM us at Alliance Academy DECA.